Welcome back to the show. Well, March is Brain Health Awareness Month, and it's really probably the most important thing for us to keep in mind when we're talking about our physical and, of course, our mental health as well. And here with some tips for us in keeping your brain sharp as you age. I'm joined by Dr. Stephanie Rubino. Welcome to the show, Stephanie. Great to have you here. And, you know, the first thing, Stephanie, is I think a lot of people feel as though cognitive decline is really just part of the aging process. You're saying that's not necessarily the case.
We see it so often that we think that, but it's not necessarily true. And there's definitely some nutrition and lifestyle habits that we can incorporate to help preserve our brains, because our brains are so important. They help with our movements during the day, supporting our thoughts and emotions, our memories. So really important that we take care of our brains.
Well, let's talk about what we put into our system. You know, it's so important. You've talked about it, you know, for so many different reasons, whether it's heart health and liver health. What about for brain health? What sort of foods can help with our brain health?
So it's really interesting. Our cells have these structures called mitochondria. They're often described as our energy powerhouses because they do help us produce energy and they help to support our brain. But unfortunately, as we get older, our mitochondria don't function as well. And this, of course, will impact our cognition and our focus and, of course, our energy levels. So looking at nutrients that will support the mitochondria is very important. Then one such nutrient is glutathione. Okay. You can find glutathione in cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. And glutathione is a very important antioxidant. And lower levels of glutathione as we age has been linked to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. So consuming some of these vegetables will help. There are other nutrients that will support glutathione levels, so alpha-lipoic acid, which you might find in tomatoes and peas, selenium, which you'll find in Brazil nuts, eggs, mushrooms, all really important also in terms of improving our glutathione levels. And if you're not a fan of some of these foods, then of course you can find glutathione and some of these nutrients in supplement form.
Next up, and I'm sure a lot of viewers, including myself, will be excited because let's be honest, there's a cafe, coffee shop, whether it's fast food or on each and every corner, Stephanie, and coffee, as far as research is concerned, is very good for the brain, right?
Yes, coffee lovers will be so happy that coffee is definitely supportive for the brain. We often drink coffee to stay awake and stay focused during the day. Caffeine does help to block a specific substance that, prevents us from getting drowsy during the day. But there is research showing that caffeine also helps to increase our brain's ability to process information. We also know coffee is full of antioxidants, and that, of course, goes a long way and has been linked to decreasing cognitive decline, the risk of stroke, as well as the risk of Alzheimer's. Be careful in terms of how much coffee you drink.
Right, yeah.
So a lot of people, they like to drink a number of cups a day, but I try to recommend 1 to 2 cups per day and just make sure you're drinking enough water to maintain hydration.
Let's move over to protein, because we talk about protein quite often when we speak with you. What about the power of protein when it comes to brain health?
So there is a link between protein and connecting against cognitive decline. We know protein provides amino acids. Amino acids are very important in terms of repairing our cells and tissues. They also play a role in supporting the production of our brain chemicals known as neurotransmitters. And so research has actually shown that higher protein intake can actually reduce our risk of Alzheimer's disease. So look at a variety of protein foods. If you like animal-based proteins, of course, steak, chicken can be part of your meal plan, but also try to incorporate some plant-based proteins, beans, lentils, nuts and seeds, all really great. And if you need a little bit of extra support, you can look towards a protein powder supplement as well.
Stephanie, are there things we should avoid that are actually bad for our brain as far as food goes?
Sugar.
Yeah, I thought you'd say
A lot
that.
of people have a sweet tooth, but yeah, definitely avoiding sugars, unhealthy proteins, processed meats, very, concerning in terms of brain health, and unhealthy fats. You want to definitely take a look at healthy fats, which are really important for the brain.
Well, which brings me to my next question then. Let's talk about fats, because that's one of the topics that you wanted to discuss, and that's topping up your fats, but of course it's the good fats we're talking about.
Absolutely. So 60% of our brain is fat. Part of those fats come from our omega-3 fatty acids known as EPA and DHA. These are essential fats, which means our bodies cannot make them. So we definitely need to look at food sources and supplement sources to make sure that we are getting enough. And these omegas are really important in terms of promoting proper circulation. They have been shown to improve focus and attention. So, if you're a fish eater, that's fantastic. Salmon, sardines, anchovies, these are high in omega-3 fatty acids. If you're not a fan of fish, that's okay. You can look towards an omega-3 supplement or look at plant-based essential fats that you might get from chia seeds, flax seeds, or even walnuts.
We always bring up exercise, and it's pretty obvious that it's good for us. Are there ways we can exercise our brain?
Absolutely. We always talk about exercise in terms of our bodies for its variety of health benefits, but exercising your brain is also important in terms of maintaining cognition and brain health. Crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, Sudoku games, these are all great activities. Playing cards and playing board games also has been shown to promote better brain health. And even learning a new skill has been shown to be really effective. And do that with a friend, because what's been shown is that social isolation can actually increase our risk of dementia by about 50%.
Right.
So really gather yourself with family and friends, engage in those activities so you're not doing it alone and you're promoting better brain health at the same time.
Love those ideas. Thanks so much. We'll be right back after this.